I didn't like the street course because there was so packed with people. No one's gonna skate the vert ramp. I think it was looked at like just strange. Like, why do that?
There's no one there to tell Ben how to skate or what to do.
80s skateboarding meant so much, and that's what I saw skateboarding. Like, I didn't know what was out at the time, like In Bloom and stuff. Like, that's not what was skateboarding to me. What was skateboarding to me was like a Vision streetwear ad with like colors and like power sliding. And
you could tell he knew how he wanted to skate, and that's just what he was gonna do. Like, he didn't give a shit.
I consider Ben like one of my best friends that I didn't grow up with, just who I met through skating.
When we go on trips together, we end up skating really rad stuff because we're more open to like something that might really suck, but it could work, you know? And I like skaters like that. I know a lot of them.
All I need is 3 good trips in places that he wants to skate, and you have yourself not just like an okay part, an amazing video part.
Having the cover would never have been something I would have expected in skateboarding, ever. It's so crazy that when I said dream, I meant the only way it would happen is like dreaming, you know? Like you're dreaming thinking about that. Skateboarding in my mind is so far above what I can do on it that it's such an honor to be able to have one.
A skateboard cover to a skater, I'm sure he looks at that as like the one thing. If he can get anything out of a magazine, you know, in his career, like if he gets a cover, that's the big thing. Kids look at the guy on the cover as like, dude, he's the guy. He's the guy. Sometimes you're picking a cover based on the dude. The dude's in the magazine, it's the interview, or it's the best trick in the magazine. Other times you set covers up. Those are the ones that could be more hit and miss because, you know, you're coming up with an idea and sometimes it just might not convey the way you wanted it to, but you get to the point of a deadline where you really have to just put that confidence in it and hope that it sticks.
I think since we have a chance to plan out photos, this was more supposed to be just fun, so I kind of wanted to reenact one or make one that looks similar to like an 80s photo.
Ben is on a whole different path of mixing old school and new school. He really does appreciate the core of skating, like where it came from, you know, the hand plant era and boneless ones, things like that. And there are some people that do those things, but he really takes it to a new level.
Ben chose Kelly Belmar's pool because he's brought 80s skating back to popularity as far as he looked at those guys, Neil Blender, Tony Hawk, and all those 80s guys that were icons as the people like, oh, this is what I like about skateboarding. And so that's why, you know, he's gonna write some old boards. I'm gonna try to shoot on film. Just make it kind of get a look that has that feel of like early 80s.
I got Chris' ice drink.
So yeah, we'll just mess around right now with whatever, and then I don't know when you think of some things that we want to.
It's gonna be there.
Okay. Whoa. Damn it, son of a bitch. We had a photographer once that would throw film at people. They didn't make the trick fast enough, he'd just throw the empty rolls at them.
The relationship between us and like people we shoot with means a lot because if you go with someone you haven't built like a relationship with, it's not going to be fluent. They're not going to understand where you're coming from in your skating. It's not going to be captured like you want it to.
Ladder drop. Yeah. So I must shoot one with film and one with digital. Oh. The photographer-skater relationship, you know, is probably the most important thing about shooting a cover or just shooting a great skateboard photo. You know, same with like the filmer-skater relationship. The comfort factor makes it all the better for everybody. Or you can wear high tops.
They look cool, huh?
No, these things are rad. So I got skinny leg, look.
Yeah, my dad's got like chicken legs.
Oh, chicken legs. I've known Ben for probably 9 years and shot him, you know, off and on over those 9 years, and it's always been kind of the same thing. You just have to be ready to go. You get 1 or 2 shots, and that's it. And that's actually a challenge to me. Like, okay, I gotta be ready to shoot. If he's skating, I'm just gonna shoot everything he does.
Like, what are you doing, Dave? I'm not fucking jumping that.
When I go out and shoot certain people, I always have a cover in mind. You know, if it's a new spot, if the guy has a certain trick that's super gnarly, like I'll look at it like, okay, size up that, how it would look on a page in my head. I also like design. How it's put on the page can make a photo that isn't normally a cover look like a cover.
I care about a kid seeing it and being like, oh my God, I want to skate that. Or just seeing it and like laughing or anything, like something like that. The photos that I will always remember, they weren't about the trick. Like my favorite photo ever is just a roll in to like a skate park. But it was shot just so awesome.
Bridge!
Second at 5'6". Hope for the best with the film. Like a fucking, the beehive was fucking stoked and it was like, zzz. Oh, that would be red. And shit went down. Yeah, over-rotated. Like you got what he wants.
That's the one like I had.
You know, shooting Ben's cover, like, he had an idea to go shoot at Belmar's, helmet, gear, just make it look old. Like, look retro 80s kind of thing. Like, you know, full tech helmet. Shot this. This is kind of what he wanted, which is that, which is an Andreck into the channel. The day before, we went to Riverside. He did something that, like, to me, was an gnarlier trick. But there wasn't a red guy. I mean, it wasn't filmed for the push thing. But he wasn't sure if he could even use it or not. But it was like, you know, seeing the photo, it was like, oh, this is way gnarlier.
I like the Andreck.
You do?
Yeah, I think because he was on his nose for his other cover. I like the photo a lot. I think it's different. I think it will read really good on a cover. I think this, you know, other tricks maybe a little bit more of like a spread or something.
It'll be different than the other covers.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that too, you know?
If it's gonna be a cover, it has to be in the video part, and it has to be filmed with the red camera. And if the nose grind, tail grab was not filmed with the red camera, then he either needs to go back and do it, or it can't be a cover. Yeah, I'm still saying Andreck though, even if he does do it.
I'm saying Andreck too.
You're saying Andreck. Yeah. I'm saying Andreck.
Who's saying nose grind?
I'm saying nose grind. If he's able to come down here.
I like the Andreck photo because I'm old, and it's just like one of those photos I'm drawn to.
Okay.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I was the first one to point out he's doing an Andreck grabbing in front of the foot, which is extremely difficult.
Andreck?
Nose grind. Nose grind.
Andreck, 3. So you're basically the deciding factor to whether or not he goes Andreck or nose grind. And then if you go nose grind, you have to convince him to go film it and see if he even has time. And I have no idea.
Yeah, so it's one of those tough decisions. I guess it's good because we have 2 choices. which is better than none.
Let me do some research and see if we can get him down here.
Me too.
Yeah, where's that, in Riverside? So
Yeah,
it should be
it's
triple
super.
digits temperature. You'd love that.
Yeah, it will be.
You'd love that. It's probably 106 there right now. It'd be great. It'll really make him excited about this. I got a question